Hello everyone, greetings dear aristocrats, fellow immortals and mortals yet to be claimed by the night. Welcome to this lady's humble abode. So today we'll be doing something a little different and I'm a little nervous about it, not gonna lie, because I've never even done this for fun. I know many people do this for fun, others do it for the videos, and I wanted to do it from the beginning. Like I had mentioned in my first video that I wanted to do it, but I took my sweet time with it. What's that? Tier lists. Yeah. This time we'll be focusing on favorite characters from Genshin Impact. It's finally time for me to succumb to favoritism. Before we get to that though, I'd like to let you all guys know that I've started a Ko-fi, which you can find in the description. The reason I'm not making a separate video for that is because it's not directly related to my VTubing skills alone. It's actually all of my skills combined. So yeah, if you're interested in graphics for your websites, like, I don't know, a thumbnail for your video, banners and whatnot, if you want effects on your cosplay photos or proofreading for your text or a backstory for your OC or VTuber, please take a look. I'm pretty sure I have something to offer you. And yeah, with that out of the way, let's get into favoritism. Goodness gracious, am I tiny. Anyway, I hope I'm good in this corner and I'm not covering anything. Anyway, yeah, so here's the tier list I found. I tried to see if there's any name behind this, like if anyone made it to credit them or whatnot, but apparently tier lists don't work like that. I was so scared at first, like what if this is somebody's work and I'm not allowed to, you know, work with it on a video. I was terrified. But anyway, yeah, this is the tier list for today. I will explain a little bit what I've done here. We have 5 categories, starting from the bottom, because I'm weird like that. No thank you. This is about the characters I don't like. Basically the reason I'm getting cancelled today. Next, meh. It's about characters that I neither like nor dislike, I just don't care about them, basically. Not yet at least, maybe the game will change my mind at some point, you never know. Next we have the basic I like you, like characters I like, you know. I'm interested to see them more in the game. I'm just not dying for them. Then we have Big Love Energy, which self-explanatory. I love these characters very much. And then finally we have category Darling, I'd catch a grenade for you. That is basically my obsessions. My top favorite characters, my baby boys and baby girls. Anyway, let's get into it. First we have Pierro, the leader of the Fatui. Actually, because we don't know that much about him yet, I don't know how to feel. I'm guessing he's still on meh, you know? Like, I don't have something to grab myself on. The fact that he's from Canria, he's a survivor of Canria and all, doesn't tell me much yet. So yeah, I will keep him at meh for now, and I'm looking forward to what we find out about him next year. Okay, next up is Capitano. You know what, at first I wasn't getting the hype. Like I said it in my Natlan trailer reaction, I'm not into big dudes. So yeah, I didn't get the hype for the appearance for sure. I want to see his face though. I'm very curious about his face. But I don't know where to stand with him still. I like that he helped with Natlan and all with the war, but still, I don't know how to feel about him, so I'm just gonna put him in meh as well. I'm sorry, Capitano stans, I'm really sorry, I just don't feel him, not yet. Next, Il Dottore. Guys, I don't know how you like this dude. Like, I like morally great characters. I like me some villains, but this dude I cannot forgive. I don't know how you like him, but this dude, I don't know, I don't feel him. No, in fact, he infuriates me. I absolutely love Klee, and just by reading his story from the manga we had in the beginning, I can forgive this guy. I'm sorry. He's a no thank you. No questions asked. However, this little pixie over here, this very little thing, Miss Columbina. Now, I can get behind a character like this. We know nothing about her. Just like Pierro, we pretty much know nothing about her. We just know she is god level of strong. And somehow, I don't know, it's the design, it's the fact she was singing a Signora's death, it's the fact that Tartaglia has told us that she's pretty crazy. I don't know what it is, but it just hits right. So for me, this little one goes a little bit here. Yes, I know. I take full responsibility, it's my cross to bear. I barely know her and I already have her in Big Love Energy. I'm sorry. And I'm so mad that we weren't introduced to her now, but part of me believed that she was going to be in Snezhnaya and not Natlan that many people hoped. Because if Tartaglia tells us that she's god level powerful, why would she be shown to us earlier, you know? Snezhnaya is the finale of the story, so... Moving on, we have the father the father of one of my obsessions that I currently hate for some reason. I will get to him later. But yeah, we have the Knave. So, little story time. When the Fatui trailer came out and I saw her, I thought she was a dude and I lost my mind. But then I figured she was a woman, so I was disappointed. I'm sorry. I'm straight. This is what happens. I mean, I'm a sexual straight, but still straight, you know. Okay, so what I didn't like about her, I will let you know why. It's not just my disappointment that she wasn't a dude. There's more to that. I'm not dying for her. That's what it is. And you know, my dislike came from the fact that she actually became friends with us. I'll tell you what my problem is. Like, you're giving us all these characters that are supposedly, well, evil for now, but so far we've seen that they're pretty much morally gray, okay? They're not really evil, but I kind of had enough of everybody turning out to be our friend. Like, I don't know if any one of you feels the same way. Like, I have the same problem with Capitano. Like, if we become his friend by the end, I'll be so pissed. I don't want this to happen. Because, you know, I'll give you an example. Tartaglia, alright? Even though he's become our friend, he's still very much a frenemy kind of situation. Like, he has times that he's dangerous, you know, he feels dangerous, like you cannot trust him. With the Knave, she pretty much established at the end of Fontaine that as long as we don't get in her way, she won't try to fight us or whatnot. She's not trigger happy like Tartaglia is. So yeah, I don't feel very worried anymore. Like, when I first heard about it, I was like, ooh, yeah, she's gonna be a bitch. I love that, you know, maybe I'm going to like her after all. But no, she became our friend. So I was disappointed. I don't know. Anyway, so it's going to meh for me. I know many people love her, and you got good reasons to, but for me, I was disappointed because I was expecting some cold-hearted bitch, and she ended up being a logical bitch, you know? She's good-hearted, but she's hiding it, and I like that. Like, she's not overly over-the-top lovey-dovey. That doesn't contrast very much with the image we were shown, but she's definitely very logical, and yeah, that disappointed me. I expected a very much colder character by the way I was introduced to her. I'm very much a hipster, by the way. You can see it already. I don't usually like the characters that most people do. However, I do have some that many people like that I do too. Anyway, next up is Pulcinella. It's the rooster, the mayor of Snezhnaya, allegedly. I'm not sure if he really is. I don't remember where I got this information from. Guys, I'm interested in his species more than anything. I'm wondering if he's the same species as Klee and her mom, but that's about it. Again, I don't have a like or dislike yet, so he too will go to the meh category. Then is Sandrone, right? A robot-making girly, after the image of which every Catherine has been made, apparently, because the Catherines look a lot like her, in my opinion. Only she's fancier. Same as most of the Fatui. Besides some basic interest about some information, I'm not liking very much what I see. So, I'm sorry, Sandrone lovers, she too goes in meh. I have this weird feeling that most of Fatui fans have left my video by now. I'm really sorry, they don't work for me. What can I do? Next up is Signora. Guys, I know what you're gonna say, I really do, but she kinda slapped Venti, and he kinda deserved it, I'm gonna lie, because we're not sure yet, but there's high chance that Venti is not really a good god, so maybe that slap was justified, I don't know, but I don't know, because of the way we met her, I'm sorry, you know what, I cannot dislike her. Yeah, no, I can't, because I've learned her story and it's kind of dramatic, so I can't be really heartless. But before I learned her story, she was definitely no thank you. I was pissed with her, and I didn't care that she died. But after I learned her story, I kind of felt bad for her, so we went from dislike to maybe meh, because I'm not that mad with you anymore, but I don't love you as well. I just wish your life was better, I guess. Anyway, next is Dark Beidou himself, Pantalone. My goodness, the banger sure is something else. This is also, like every other Fatui, I was very interested in learning about him, but I think there is more than that for me. Like, I kind of like him. Like, I like Goth Beidou, so we'll go here for now. Like, I don't love him yet, but I'm severely attracted to him, yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. The moment of truth. The part where I really get cancelled. Yeah. Tartaglia. Our sworn frenemy, I guess. For me it was frenemy, for you it was friend, I don't know. Yeah, no thank you. I know you hate me already, don't you? Well, it is the truth. I'm sorry. Like, you know what? I will defend myself and you can think whatever. Like, you're free to like whatever you like. So when we met Tartaglia, he presented himself as this kind of person that is very much into the thrills of battle, all right? He was willing to spar with us, to fight with us for fun. That's why he pretty much became a weekly. We just beat him every single week. So basically he gets what he deserves. If I'm mad at him, I go straight there. But what the problem is with Tartaglia for me is that he was willing, because he's with a Fatui, he was willing to drown a whole nation after getting the Gnosis. That I didn't like. Because your beef is with the gods, so why will you go out of your way to drown a whole nation just because you want the Gnosis? Like, this didn't make sense to me at all. Look at the rest of Fatui, by the way. I mean, okay, besides Dottore, who is basically a psychopath, the wrong type of psychopath, by the way, because there are psychopaths who are trying out there, but this one doesn't try. So, yeah, just like every other Fatui we've met, Capitano, the Knave, even Signora, really, they didn't try to attack innocents. Tartaglia doesn't care, guys. I'm sorry, this is not something I can forgive. And I see people say that, oh, he gave us his vision in Fontaine to take care of it, so we are definitely friends. Let me tell you something. In Tartaglia's head, we are friends, okay? Because to him, it makes so much sense that you can be friends and still battle all the time, right? It makes sense to him. But when it comes to the Traveler, right? Because many people also compared this with Lyney's and Lynette's case. I don't think the Traveler considered Tartaglia a friend for a long time after this. Because there's this event that I don't know if all of you got it or not, because it was way back. There was this event that we did with the Xianyun, that kind of samurai maze it was. We were getting in some Inazuma looking... Was it Inazuma or was it Liyue? I think it was Inazuma. An Inazuma type of maze that we were doing battles in. And Tartaglia shows up while we were with Xianyun, and straight away, the Traveler and Paimon get defensive and don't want him there. They tell Xianyun he's dangerous, and Tartaglia is actually building a friendship with Xianyun in the end. But we are looking at him weirdly. We are threatening him not to try anything because we are going to do something in return. And yet after that event, every time we see Tartaglia, we're treating him as equal, as our friend. Like, I don't understand what is that supposed to mean. Did we forget what he did? Because up until that event with Xianyun, we were treating him exactly the way he was supposed to be treated. Like somebody who, yes, he's been friendly with us. Yes, he did tell us to leave Liyue before he tried to destroy it because, you're not involved, you can leave, we're friends, whatever. But he's still very much two-sided, like you cannot trust him. How do you call him a friend? So in my head, for the Traveler, I mean, because for Tartaglia, we're definitely friends. But for the Traveler twins, I'm pretty sure that he's more of a frenemy than an actual friend. And only when we were faced for the first time with the Knave that described the situation between the Fatui a little more, only then I think did the Traveler realize that when it comes to Fatui, it's not all black and white. Because the Knave did tell us she has a little beef with Dottore, right? She did tell us that. So we now know that each Fatui, yes, follows its Tsaritsa, but also has their own agenda for themselves. They're independent. But anyway, yeah, this is why I'm not feeling Tartaglia, because he's not to be trusted. He's very, very much like a feather in the wind, and I'm swaying whichever way the wind blows me. But yeah, I know he's got a lot of fun, and I'm sorry, guys. Like, if you like this character, good for you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that for me, this is not... He's not a character I'm into. But I will say this. When there came the moment in Fontaine that his life pretty much was a risk, I admit I was a little worried. Yeah. Like, I dislike him still, but I don't want him to die, I cannot explain this to you, but I feel that if he dies, I will have nobody to hate. I don't know if this makes sense to you. I mean, yeah, I sure could still hate Dottore, but yeah, the fact that I don't like Tartaglia doesn't mean I want him dead. I actually will be very mad if he dies. But anyway, enough blabbering, moving on. Aloy. See, now I'm going to be the hipster in the situation and put her right here because I like her. Yes, I don't see what's wrong with her. I've also not played her game, but I think she's a very good unit and I'm planning to build her at some point. It's just that there have been many characters that took my attention a little more, so I've been putting her a little behind when it comes to building, but I will build her someday. And I don't care if she has constellations or not. Next up, we have the twins. Guys, if you've seen my video on their patch, you know my feelings about this. Let's start with Lumine. I'm an Aether main, by the way. I love Lumine. I'm sorry, she's my sister. I love my sister, you know? The reason I'm not obsessing with her yet is because it just hasn't happened, but I love her very much. Like, if anything happens to her, I'm quitting the game. I want her and Aether to have a happily ever after. And if Hoyoverse is planning for something else, I'm coming for you. Anyway, yeah, I absolutely love Lumine. Like, I'm not kidding, even before learning much of her story, whenever a friend of mine would come in that is a Lumine player, I would just go after her. I want to hug her all the time. She's so cute, dude. Like, and she looks like, I don't know, she's like a little baby girl that has to be protected at all costs. And I know that she's a tougher twin. Like, in case you want to clock me on this, yeah, I know she's a tougher twin. I know that Aether is the emotional twin. But for me, she's very much a baby girl, and I want to protect her very much. I love her very much. I don't think I need to talk about this any more than I already have. Like, listen, I became an Aether main for a reason, okay? Not when I met him, though. It wasn't the love at first sight, I will admit. When we were called to pick which character would start the game with, I really couldn't tell who I wanted because I wasn't that drawn to the design, if you will. But I picked Aether because I thought he's a bit cuter. And yeah, before I knew it, I fell in love. And especially when they told me his age, let me tell you something. When your girl is watching anime, usually I fall for the short blonde dude. It's my cross to bear. And giving me a short dude with blonde hair that also happens to be, you know, immortal, I'm sold. It happens in almost every anime. Like, this is life for me. It's not something new. So yeah, Aether is my favorite character in the game. I main him as much as I can because his stats is for laughs at this point. I have him in an Nemo, by the way. I was really looking forward to the Pyro one. I wanted to be a Pyro Aether main. But from what I hear, I'm not very satisfied, so I'm guessing I will stay a Nemo forever. What can I do? The game just doesn't care about the twins, and it's obvious. I'm keeping Aether a Nemo because he does some decent damage and it also looks better than the others. And I know that his Dendro is also very good. I just don't like the way it looks. Since I have the freedom to control how his powers look compared to other characters, I chose a Nemo because it looks better to me. Next up is Jean. That's an easy one for me too. Here, I like Jean a lot. I wish we saw her more though. We did not see her because she's always working. But you know what? Ningguang is also working very much and we've seen her more than her. So what's up with that, Hoyoverse? Next up is Lisa. Now listen, when I started the game, I absolutely loved Lisa. Now I haven't seen her for a while, so she has fallen a little bit to I like you category. But she's more of I like you a lot, almost big love energy. Like she's somewhere in the middle of these two categories. Next up is Amber. I'm taking this to my death. By Dracula, I love this girl so much. I am trying so hard to make numbers with her. You know what? I'm playing from PC, alright? So I'm not a big fan of using archers with their bow. I prefer using their powers. But Amber's powers are a little bit difficult to use for big numbers. So I'm looking for the kind of build that will give me the type of Amber I want. But she's definitely one of my favorites, and I'm looking forward to find a good build so I can use her in bigger battles and work with her a little more again, just like I did in the beginning of the game. Next up is Noelle, another one we need more of. Like, Genshin, please, give us more Noelle, more Jean, more Lisa. Like, you are sleeping on the Mondstadt characters. I'm so mad. I love Noelle very much. She's actually my straight ship with Aether. I like them together. If you don't know why, just play her hangout. You will understand why. I'm not over it. But Noelle, definitely love, love, love. And I wish I could play her more. Actually, I've been building her for 2 years now. And I still haven't reached the numbers I want. You know why? Because, yeah, I have brought her stats to a decent amount, but most of the people that do serious damage with Noelle do it by... what is that claymore called? Red Horn? Anyway, I think it's one of the paid weapons. Yeah, there's one paid claymore that does a good work for her, and one that you can take from the banners. I think Itto's weapon does wonders with Noelle, but I don't have either, so... I'm F2P also, so I haven't even tried to purchase the one available in the bot ones. But I think that has changed. Yeah, they changed the paid one. So the weapon I'm talking about was in the previous paid series of weapons, not the current one. Moving on, Barbara. I am not even sorry. I don't get the hate for Barbara. I really don't. I'm using her as a Hydra DPS, by the way. She can make numbers if you build her correctly. Mine now stands at around 20k. And I know she can go more, but I need better artifacts. I haven't had the best of luck with her artifacts, but she's doing some decent stuff. And if Bennett is with me, oh boy. Yeah, if you're meta players, you're probably laughing right now, but I don't care. Like, I don't really play the game for the numbers. I'm just saying that it's important for Abyss and the theater and whatnot. I love Barbara. She looks like very frail and shy and whatnot, but she takes action when she needs to. If you've seen or played her summer event with Jean, you probably know what I'm talking about. You saw how even when Jean was freaking out in the summer event, she was the one like grabbing her by the hand and pulling her up and being up for the adventure and the challenge, you know. She's not as soft as people think she is. Like, if she has to take action, she will take action. She's very stubborn, but people mostly think of her as this very cutesy pop star that's trying to help everyone. She's not just that. But we sure haven't experienced her for a while, so I think most people don't even remember how she's like. Anyway, let's keep going. Sucrose. Where do I put Sucrose now? Like, there are times I like her very much, and times that I just don't care. And I think that right now, she has gone back to meh for me. In the event that we did that she met Klee and all, I really liked her. I also really like her story, and it really saddens me what she went through, like losing her friends and all. But sometimes I do care, other times not. Like, she doesn't always work with me. And I do find it amusing, the whole thing about Hilichurls, she says in her comments. I don't know if you've read her lines. She is interesting, she's just not my type of character, I guess. Next up, Fischl. Oh, please. I'm sorry, like, I can't. I liked her story in the summer event we did with the islands that I don't remember. Apple Archipelago. Yeah, I liked that. I liked learning her story. But playing her? Seeing her? No. No. I'm sorry. Like, she pisses me off. I like Oz very much, but I don't like her. Mona. See, now Mona is the example I brought up earlier. In the story, I love her. Playing her, however, not my cup of tea. So yeah, I like Mona, actually. I just don't like playing her. I think she's very fun. And I love when she tells us stories with her, with a mentor, the old hag she keeps saying. Oh my goodness, I loved in Fontaine, when we were in Fontaine, and we gave her some compliments, and she was like, indeed. I just, the voice actress, just chef's kiss. I love her acting so much. But yeah, I like Mona. And I really wish her gameplay was different, because I really wanted to play her. And when I got her, I was so glad. But then I saw her gameplay and I was like, why? Why are you like this? Anyway, yeah. Now, if my friends are watching, I know they're probably gonna say, oh, I'm waiting for this, because I've been playing with Kaeya since day one. Like, he's one of the characters I've played a lot with. But you will be surprised. That's how far my love for him goes. This is the thing. I like Kaeya, but there are times that it's just pissing me off so bad. You have an issue, my dude. Speak about it. I don't like this, this whole I'm mysterious, this secrecy. Like, he knows stuff and you know it, and he doesn't tell us shit. And this pisses me off pretty often. But there are times I just absolutely love him and others not so much. But yeah, based on how much I play with him, people would probably think that he's like one of my top favorite characters. He's not. But if each of us had a headcanon for our games, like each person plays a game with another scenario in mind, Kaeya, in mine, is besties with Aether. Because we've been traveling together for so long, like, we can rely on each other, we're besties. Let's go to the other brother, Mr. Diluc. I am not quite sure what I feel for him. When I started the game and I saw him, I was like, whoa, he's so cool, I want him. But it's not that I don't like him now. My problem is not big love energy, I like Yume and whatnot. My problem is whether I put him at Catch a Grenade Foya or big love energy. I don't know, I'm struggling right now. Because I do love him, but am I going crazy for him anymore? So I will say big love energy, I'll just put him first. And maybe put Lumine second. Yes, that's what I'll do. Put them Celeste in the end because I haven't met her yet. If there was a middle section between these two, the first two categories, I probably put him there because I'm not sure. There are times that he goes back to, oh my goodness, I absolutely love you. But currently, he's big love energy. And I'm using him a lot in Natlan. Aether, like since I stepped foot in Natlan, Aether is taking vacation and I'm playing mainly with Diluc leading because, I don't know, his powers work better for Natlan. Like, he does bigger damage. His combo with my other characters work better. I don't know. Because the enemies in Atlan are pretty tough. For me, at least. I don't know if you guys make big numbers in the Abyss, they're probably just scratching you. But for me, they're still very tough. So I found that working with an Anemo character, not just with Aether, any Anemo character is just impossible for me in Atlan. So yeah, Aether is taking a break, and Diluc has taken up the leadership of my team. Next up is Razor. Oh, guys. I mean, come on. Is there anybody who hates Razor? There probably is, right? Because he's very childlike and all. But dude, I love him. I want to give him a big hug all the time. And the voice actor is doing such an amazing job, like portraying him as someone so innocent. Like, he's my son. The end. And I also want him to interact more with Lisa at some point. Please, please, I want to see more. Oh, you know what? Remember at the potion event we had, that Lisa was like, oh, you, Goro, and Kirara are, you know, are guys that my little boy Razor would absolutely love. And she was like, oh yeah, you should absolutely meet him. I'm gonna call him right away. And then the event stopped. Like, why are you doing this? Why? Let us have that interaction. I wanted to see that. Like, I wanted to see Razor's reaction specifically to Goro, that he's, you know, more like a dog. But no. Oliver said no. Enough on service in this potion event, I guess. Next up is Bennett. Oh, come on. Also a character hot to hate. And okay, most people love Bennett because of his power, like he's the ultimate unit, but for me, he's also a very cute character. And I was looking forward to learning more about him now that we're in Atlan. But Mario Jivari is not here yet, so we still have a long way to go, I guess. Ningguang. I think Big Love Energy would do. Yeah, I love Ningguang. And learning her story made me love her even more. Because we all love a humble queen, alright? Beidou. Honey. I am an Aether and Beidou main, because Beidou was the first character that just so happened to find good artifacts for. Like, I wasn't even trying that hard at the domain with the Electro artifacts, and I found some godly stuff. And then I also got Wolf's Gravestone. And she suddenly became lore-accurate Beidou. She's pretty strong. She's my strongest character. My main DPS, I'm guessing, when Aether is not there. Next is Keqing. I used to like Keqing a little more. I hit her in my I like you category. But then I got her in game. And I bowled her, I had her numbers high, she did absolutely nothing. I don't know how that happened. So I'm guessing she needs more constellations in order to be more valid. But anyway, yeah, I grew beta and I completely lost interest in her. Look, I usually do not hate a character when their powers are bad for me. or when they're hard to build, like in her case. But I don't know, it really affected me because she was one of the characters I wanted from early on. Like, I've been playing the game for 4 years, and I got her first time last year. So I was pretty excited because I love her ult very much. I like this whole thing that she just zaps right and left and attacks. But guys, I built her. I made her attack reach almost 2k and she doesn't do anything. I don't know what else she needs from me besides constellations at this point. But yeah, I was very disappointed and it affected my hype for the character as a whole. That's why she goes to meh. But it fluctuates between I like you and meh. Xiangling. Xiangling was one of my favorite characters at the beginning of the game. It was big love energy for sure. But after so long, and after the grind I had to do for her to start doing numbers, I don't know how you guys all give her any pole arm and she does numbers for you. She didn't do shit for me. I only currently managed to do something, and that's because I used the new artifact maker that we have now and made a godly one for her. That's how she started doing damage, because before I was like, why am I even using you for at this point? So yeah, Xiangling and Keqing are two characters that actually lost steam for me because of the gameplay and having to grind so much to get them work. Because I grew tired, you know, I grew tired. Chongyun. No questions asked. He is precious, you cannot tell me otherwise. I absolutely love him. I've actually built him pretty well now. And I can finally use him. I've been waiting for a long time to finish his build so that I could play him because I really enjoy him both in gameplay and as a character. And I loved so much the thing we did with the poetry event that we finally saw him experience hot food and he went bazingas. I love that scene that he was so excited and all. He was so cute. Now, Sinchel is in I Like You. There are times that he's actually big love energy, not gonna lie. But most times, because he bullies Chongyun, I know they're friends, but still, he pisses me off, so he's just a like you. Yeah, I punish him that way. But I love his outfit. Oh, that godly outfit. And the new one as well is pretty cute, but his original, the shoes, my dude. Oh, amazing design, amazing. I don't dig his hair in the original, but still amazing. Next up is Qiqi. I'm going to shock y'all. Let me tell you, I must be the only Qiqi owner. Okay, not the only, there must be more, but I'm one of those few Qiqi owners that actually tried to get her from the standard banner and did get her from the standard banner. But yeah, she was my first 5-star from the standard banner and I was actually trying to get her. And I got her. I remember this so well because, look, it was early in the game, in my defense, but I had started believing in those videos that said that there are specific spots you can make a wish and get a 5-star. That's what I did. I went up on Venti's statue and wished for Qiqi. And guess what? She came. I know. Like, this was crazy to me. I was like, what? What just happened? Yeah, I was amazed. And now she's one of my best cryo units, by the way. She does 30k with her ult. I'm not saying this to show off, by the way. I'm telling this because there are many people out there who think that 4 stars or some hated 5 stars like Qiqi cannot do numbers. I'm saying this for this reason and that alone. And I know that there are people out there who are maining these characters and do bigger numbers than me. So yeah, if there's a character you like, please keep trying to build them. They won't disappoint you. All of these characters can be built. Nowadays, it's harder, I think. If the game decides that a character is supposed to be one thing, they're gonna be one thing. But those characters in the beginning can be anything you want based on the artifacts you give them and the weapons you give them. Now, I won't lie, when it comes to Barbara, it is a little limited because her only major attack is her charged attack. You can't really do damage with her ult, and her skill doesn't do much either. You really have to focus on her charged attack, but most characters can, so don't give up if you like character. Venti. I should have put another category for Venti now that I think about it. Dude, I don't know. There are times I absolutely love him and other times that he's so damn suspicious. I just can't... I don't know. I guess I like you. That's it. I'm not giving you any more of my emotions because you might be toxic secretly. I don't know. At this point, I don't know. He's very, very suspicious. I don't know. Klee. Oh, baby, please. She's adorable. You cannot hate her. But then again, there exists my sister that absolutely hates her. She finds her annoying. But yeah, most people don't. We like Klee. In this house, we support Klee. And we can't wait to meet her mother as well. I'm really looking forward to see Alice. Next up. Oh, Diana, my beloved. Listen, I tried so hard to build her. And at this point, I think, because I'm going for a very difficult build, that now there are artifacts that I can do miracles with, but I need a different weapon. But yeah, as a character, oh my god, I keep getting back to the gameplay, I'm sorry. I absolutely love her character and that she's so, tsundere in a way. I just love when she complains. I don't know, there are plenty of people that get annoyed by her. But yeah, from the beginning, she was one of my favorite characters and she's still one of my top favorite characters. She's so cute. I generally love tsundere characters. I love angry characters, to be fair. Maybe because I myself have a temper, who knows. Next is Zhongli. I like you, Zhongli. I don't like that you're not saying shit to my little boy every time he asks about his sister because you're under contract, but I do like you as a person, and I'm still one of those people that can't wait to get him and have him constantly say, "Oh, Samantha's wine tastes the same as I remember." Like, I love this line, but I still don't have him because many people keep laughing about the fact that Yae Miko always runs with characters other people want, so she ends up not getting pulled for. My problem when it comes to that is definitely Zhongli. Every time Zhongli comes back, he comes with a character I want, so I never pull. Yeah, so I don't have him. Xinian. I guess I like her now. She used to be big love energy, but we don't see her a lot, so my passion kind of went down. Like, from the beginning, she was big love energy for sure, but I don't know, nowadays I'm tired. She's also another character I've been building for a long time and just didn't find the artifacts I wanted for her. Like, I'm still looking forward to play with her, but as a character, I'm not dying anymore. Like, I like you, but that's about it. Albedo. Also, I like you. And this might shock my sister more than anyone. Listen, there was a time I was playing Albedo a lot, and I had created the impression to both my friends and my sister that I actually like him very much. That I'd catch a grenade for this man. No, I'm not there with Albedo, I'm sorry. I never was. The thing is, he was my first Geo character that I built properly, so I had to use him. I had no other Geo character to use, and when I got other characters, he was the easiest one to build and the strongest one in that moment, so that's what happened. I'm not dying for Albedo. I don't know why people felt that way. Ganyu. Another reason to be cancelled, but yeah, I don't care much about Ganyu. One of my friends is a Ganyu main, and I'm sorry, I'm really sorry about this, but yeah, I don't feel Ganyu. She's not my type of character. She's cute and all, but yeah, I never felt the need to pull her. I guess I like when she gets sleepy, like I get the feeling, but that's about it. She's like cute to me, and that's it. Xiao. Baby, I'd catch a grenade for you. Yeah, one of my top favorite characters for sure. I like me a tough boy that has so many feelings but hides them inside, like this type of character. He's angsty, alright? And it's alright, I like him. Hu Tao. One more point to my cancelling list, cause no thank you. Yeah. There are many reasons I don't like Hu Tao. Her character basically is my main issue. The other issue are her powers, which stress me out too much, like having to constantly lose life and all. And you can say, oh, but Xiao does the same. Yeah, but I don't know, I don't feel her. And I have another problem with her, but I cannot tell you because it's straight up mean, and it's not the character's fault, if you will, but yeah, it's more of a me thing. There are some specific things that trigger me, and other things that annoy me without reason. It doesn't work with my head. I think it happens to everyone, really. There are some little things that you will find, not just in characters, in real people too, that just rub you off the wrong way, and you can't really explain it, but that person just annoys you based on that. And it's kind of unfair, really. I'm sure plenty of people have hated me for small things as well, but yeah, the whole thing about Hu Tao is not working for me. Next up we have Rosaria. I like her, but she's really borderlining with meh right now. Let me tell you something about Rosaria though. The game is so bitchy towards her, I don't know why. She was one of the characters that, from the beginning, showed that she is very mysterious, right? Remember when she found us at the Dragon Spine and she was trying to understand who sent us, who are our motives, and I think we asked her back who had her check us out like that. Like, why are you searching us this much? Who sent you? But no, it was left there. We were never told anything else. And now we only see her at events, you know, when she's drinking with Kaeya, when we are at the church and stuff like that, which I never understood why. Why would you throw such an interesting fact about a character that she's, you know, like a spy and all, and then never bring her back in the game? Explain. She's one of the characters I'm bitter about. I think there's plenty of story to put here, and I'm hoping that when Varka finally shows up, we'll finally get some story for her, because this is unfair. You cannot just throw this interesting fact and not let her intervene in any other story again. Anyway, Yanfei. I like her. I like her a lot, but I'm not in the I'm dying for you, I love you kind of phase. She's a very fun character, very interesting. I was so happy when we did the event under Liyue with the chasm and all, and she was there. I loved it. I think she adds a lot to the story with her brains, because she's not just about law, she's also about history. And there's actually a lot of potential for more story if they bring her parents back, if they tell us more about... I don't remember if her mother or her father was a Qilin? Is that how they're called? But yeah, Eula. I like her, but I want to see more of her. And I actually want to see her interact with Mika more. I want to see this energy, but unfortunately they've toned Eula down a lot. Unfortunately. If you don't remember, if you're not sure, please go back and watch the time that we met her compared with the last time we saw her. She's become so friendly, obviously, because she knows us, but when we met her, even with Amber, that they were already friends, you know, she didn't need to act all defensive and all, a lot. She still had that, the catchphrase, obviously, vengeance is mine and all, but she was more like getting mad out of nowhere, a very dutiful woman, but at the same time, easily upset. And I don't know, now she looks very soft, like a very gentle knight, a friendly knight. Like, she's pretty much like Jean now. I don't know. Like, she gives me same energy right now. However, if she had remained this this tough, if you will, this seemingly difficult to approach, I think an interaction with Mika would have been very funny. Kazuha. Meh. I know he's a strong unit and all. I know he's cute and all. And trust me, there was a point that he was in big love energy and he was one of my favorite characters and I wanted to pull him so bad. But after losing him twice, I kind of lost interest. I am so mad that English doesn't have a word I could translate this, but there is a certain term we have in Greek that you can use when something randomly puts you off. Like, it doesn't have to have a reason. Like, it could be the smallest obstacle, if you will, the smallest reason in the world that nobody else would be irritated by. And you get irritated by it and you stop caring about the thing that you were very excited at first. That's what happened to me with Kazuha, and that's why he's in the meh category now and I don't really care. Ayaka. I like Ayaka. And now she is the opposite of everyone else I mentioned that went from top down on this list. I actually didn't care about Ayaka at first. Like, when she came out and when we did her story, I couldn't care less about this character. But with the years, she grew on me and now I like her. Next we have Yoimiya. I used also to have Yoimiya in the big love energy category, but yeah, I grew a little less interested after her story that we had with her in Sumeru. Like, this was amazing. Like, it's one of my favorite stories so far, side stories we had. But yeah, I don't know, my excitement dissipated to just I like you. And I tried so hard to get this character. Sayu. Oh, honey. I love Sayu. And I wish I could play her more, but her skill kind of confuses me. I mess it up all the time. Oh, you know what my favorite point was? Was it Irodori Festival that we were getting the dolls of A? I think. Yeah, she was sent by Sarah to get her a doll. Was it Sarah that asked for the doll? Anyway, she was at the shop to get a doll and she didn't have enough money. And the traveler said, I will buy it for you. And I think that then Sarah came and paid it for her. I don't remember. But I found it so cute. And also when we met her, that we were introduced to her to help us deal with Raiden because she was being a bitch in the beginning. That she brought us behind a statue and she said, so this is what we're gonna do, and then this, and if I don't come back, please come help me. Please come rescue me. Like, this was so cute. Like, she had my heart in this very moment. Like, she was so okay and brave to go do all this, but you know, if anything goes wrong, if you don't see me come back, please come rescue me. Very fun character for me. Raiden. Also, like, I hated her in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. She was one of my most hated characters. But after experiencing her two side stories, with her backstory anyway, I now like her more. I don't have her, but I would like to have her at some point. I don't know, I'm not dying very much about Archons in general, but we'll get to that another day. Sarah. Also, I like Sarah. I used to love Sarah as well, and exactly because of the same problem I had with Xiangling and Keqing, I also lost interest. She was also very tough to build, and that drained me to the point that I didn't care so much anymore. But it's not meh, I like her still. Kokomi. Also like. Yeah, I don't think I ever felt... I guess in the beginning I was a bit meh, I didn't care much about her, but the more I got to know her, the more I liked her. I think she's cool. And I would like to pull for her if she stops coming back with some other character I want. Toma. Big love energy. We love a male wife, everyone. I love him. He's so cute. And that back, oh my goodness. Have you noticed his back? I think it's the outfit though, because you know, all males, tall males at the time had the same body type. But I don't know, his jacket make his back look so attractive to me for some reason. But yeah, I loved him since day one, that he was trying to get us in the city and he was asking to buy that woman dinner or whatever to do something for us. He was very sneaky back then. I wish we had more of that, but now he's mostly used as an excuse to show up next to a Yao and Ayaka. I don't like this. I don't like when you've given me, like with Rosaria, hints that a character is going to be very interesting in the future, and then you just use them as NPCs. It drives me crazy. Itto. I like him, but he's really close to meh. I'm sorry. He's funny, for sure. Like, straight down one of the funniest characters in the game. But yeah, I don't feel him so much. I like his gameplay a lot as well, but I don't feel like pulling for him, so... Goro! Oh. Yeah, he's my second favorite male character in the game. He drives me crazy, this man. I want to squeeze him! Ah, he's so cute. Oh my goodness. Like, I have him everywhere. I have him on my mobile screen. I have him on my icon on my PC. Best boy for me after Aether. I wish we knew more about him and he was used a lot more than just an NPC as well, but what can you do? I was given good stuff though at the potion event. I'm not gonna lie. See, now this is my ship. I ship, like I said, Aether with Noelle, alright? When it comes to straight couples, but when it comes to, you know, him being bisexual, because in my world, Aether is bisexual, I ship him with Goro. I don't know what's with me and Xiao characters, really. So yeah, if I opened my teapot to you, you would see that I have Goro waiting on the top balcony for Aether every time we go inside in front of our bedroom. And Noelle is also waiting at the living room for him, like a good husband and wife waiting for their other husband. Yes. And now that I made myself completely awkward in front of so many people, I can keep going with Shenhe. I love Shenhe. Big love energy. I'm really looking forward to build her, but I don't have the time. And I also have many cryos strong already. So yeah, but I love her. I love her story. I think she deserved better. And I'm so glad she's in our team. I'm so happy she saved my boy Aether and Lumine, if you're playing with Lumine, during almost a disaster, that she is a cold-blooded killer, and at the same time she's so innocent because she's been living in the mountains for so long. And oh my goodness, yeah. The case with Chen Yubei that we were supposed to show Gaming's father how to be, you know, more thoughtful of his son. That she was being the daughter with Clown Retainer being the mother there. That was so fun. I wish we could have more of that. Yunjin. I like her now, but at first it was completely meh. I didn't care much about her. I like her design very much though, and her fight style, but yeah. And now that I'm playing more with her, I start to like her a bit more. But I think she's also used as... Genshin has this bad habit of introducing us characters during the New Year event that I'm not going to remember right now for some reason, as this kind of festival-based character that they're never gonna show us again unless there's a festival or, you know, that we need some help with something minor. She's definitely getting the NPC treatment as well, so yeah. Yae, no thank you. Downright hate her. I'm sorry. She's annoying, guys. I'm all for cutting characters, but she pisses me off. I don't know what it is, like, the foxy attitude you want, the I know everything kind of vibe, but the manipulation as well. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't like about Yae. But on top of everything, if you want to put this in as well, I hate how she treats Goro. It was funny the first time, but you know, if every time she shows up and the first thing Goro does is run away or she gets to bully him, no. And I'm also against something that some of you might love very much. There are many people, especially fans of the ship between Goro and Itto, that love the whole thing about Miss Hina and what Yae did for her column. I don't appreciate this, and I don't find this funny at all, because under normal circumstances, and because the game doesn't give us sexualities, but even if it did, imagine this. Imagine you're a man, straight, gay, doesn't matter. And there is this bitch that has you working for her column, right? Because you have this very soothing feeling about yourself that when people ask you about the problems, you just know what to say to warm their heart, all right? And without your permission, this woman goes out of her way to create a female character of yourself and pose it as the mascot of said column. Do you think that's right? Do you think that's funny? Because I don't. I'm sorry. Like, if it wasn't a game, you guys would be canceling it right now. It's not the kind of behavior I could stand by. Like, at first, yes, I too took it as a joke, but it's the only thing that's been going on about Goro. It's all about that joke about Goro being Miss Hina and Itto being in love with Miss Hina because he doesn't know that Miss Hina is a dude, and everybody's thinking, oh, what's going to happen if he finds out that he's, you know, Goro? Is he gonna tell him? Is he gonna fall in love with him even though he's a dude? Like, this is not Mulan, guys. Can we calm down? I don't know. You want to ship them, ship them. This is not my problem here. My problem is how they approach it. And if you don't agree, it's alright. It's a free platform. You can say whatever you want. I'm just saying what I feel personally. Anyway, enough about this bitter subject. Let's talk about Ayato. Ayato, I'm in denial. He's probably in big love energy, and I'll tell you why. When Ayato came, I wasn't that crazy about him, but I liked his fighting style very much. It's so satisfying, you know? So satisfying. And that's why I wanted him, basically. But after I started playing with him, there is a certain feeling I'm getting that I cannot really describe what it is, but it's so fun. Like, I feel genuine love when I'm playing with him. Like he's one of my favorite characters or whatnot. And when I take him out of my team and I don't see him in front of me all the time, I don't really care. I don't know how he does it. I also really hate the rich boy attitude. Like, every time I forget to change who opens my chest, he opens the chest and he says, oh, you collect these? Like, excuse you, dude. I don't have money flowing from my pockets. Like, stop judging me all the time. Him and Kaeya with the judging all the time. But with him, it's more about money and possessions because he's got everything. People think that because of his character story, which by the way was trash, that he's a boring character. He's not. He's actually very funny. Unless you, of course, you get mad at the rich boy attitude like I do. But yeah, if I could make another category for him, like we're in the middle and I'm not sure how I feel about you, he would be there. Yalan, I like her and I want her, but she never comes home. Qiqi, also like, subtle like, I play her, And I like that she's there to keep Itto in check. And I love that she was with us in the Chasm quest. But yeah, that's all I have for Qiqi for now. Hazel. I don't know where to put you. Maybe I like you. Yeah. He's between I like you and meh. I didn't like him when he first showed up, but he's very fun to play. So I've grown to like him as a character as well. I think with him, he was the first character I was so hyped during the trailers, and when he came into the game, I didn't give a damn. But yeah, now I've started to like him, but I don't think he will ever reach big love energy or even more than that, unless they give us some really good story that makes me change my mind. Next up is Tignari. I believe I pronounced this correctly because I'm stuck with the English one and I sometimes make mistakes. He's also fluctuating between big love energy and I like you, but currently he's in the I like you one. I think I like that he can be sassy sometimes, like when we first met him that he was dealing with a patient that wasn't listening and he said next time I'm gonna throw the book with the instructions on his head in case he gets it that way. He's a fun character, but I wish he was used more than just being a sidekick to Sino, you know. Klee. I love Klee, and I must admit I loved her more when she came out. Now I'm starting to lose again some steam of my emotions, but I was looking forward to getting her ever since the manga came out. She was one of the characters I really wanted to meet, I was very interested in, and I wanted to have. So when she came out, I was basically having her lead my Sumeru team, and she was the first Dendro that I built. I think she's a very cute character, and I love that she had this growth, because not many characters get to have growth in the game. With her, we got to see her past way before the game, and we experienced what she'd become years later and what she became after we got to know her. And we also experienced her building new friendships with Sucrose and walking a bit further away from Amber that she seemed to be a little more attached to. But personally, I find it a bit unfair that she came in Mondstadt and we didn't get to experience her friendship with Amber more, and they chose building a new friendship for her with Sucrose. Like, it was good, the event was excellent, but I just wish there was more time with Amber. Dori. That's a big issue for me. I loved Dori when she came out. And again, because I took too much time to build her, I lost steam. But she is such a fun character to me, especially, I don't remember, was it Kaveh's story or Sino's story? One of the two. There was this book that somebody had put notes inside and they had to find who did it. And there was this moment that she had the book and she came face to face with Sino. And for me, this was such a treat, dude. Like, I don't know about you, but it's just so fun to me. Like, she is a merchant, alright? But she's not always the most legal type of merchant, right? So seeing this kind of interaction with Sino gave me life. I don't know about you. Let's move on to Sino. Sino, my poor Sino. Another unpopular opinion here. I was obsessed with Sino when he came out. My problem with Sino is how he turned from the most badass character in the game to a joke. I know you're all living for his cold jokes and his obsession with playing TCG, but for me, that was the end of an era. Because it's one thing showing a character that is multifaceted, that can be tough and at the same time be funny, right? And it's another thing when you take a single element, you test it to the fans, you see they love it, and you keep milking it every time this character shows on your screen. I'm sorry, I'm done. You are showing me a character that is ready to attack at any moment, that first kicks your ass and then asks questions, and you turn all that personality to just his cold jokes and love for TCG. And you can say, oh, but lady, were you sleeping during the event with Sethos? No, I wasn't, but let me tell you something. It could have been way better than what it was. I personally wasn't as satisfied as I expected to be, because they built up such an atmosphere that they were going to fight later on that I expected way more than what we just did. Like, oh, they had a fight, he lost, oh, we're best friends with Sethos now. Too easy, dude, too easy. Like, it felt rushed. I'm sorry. I liked the battle, but it felt so rushed. And yeah, I don't like the fact that every time we see Sino now, it's all about his jokes in TCG. I do understand that now we're friends, so he doesn't feel the need to be this guarded, if you will. But it's better to use both elements than keep beating the same thing. Keep milking the same thing. Play with both. Candace. Big love energy. I love this woman. I love her design. I love that she's motherly and a warrior. Maybe it's because I myself wrote a character like that. Like, I like the character idea, the concept of a woman who is protective of her people, like she's a warrior, and at the same time is very motherly to her own. Like, I like this combination. Nilou. I'm sorry, but meh. She doesn't work for me. Oh my goodness, I went a little down. I'm sorry. I moved my screen. Anyway, yeah, I don't feel Nilou. I didn't feel her in the beginning. I don't feel her now. She's full on NPC treatment for me. They haven't given me something that would make me think, oh, I want this character. Like, even now with the event that we had with the paper animals, I found it cute that she brought to light a little animal with a kiss, but that's about it. She's not my type of character. I don't know. Nahida. Why do I keep bringing my screen down? I'm sorry, guys. She's right there. Ah, that's why. Okay, I wasn't showing the buttons earlier. So, Nahida. I like her, but I'm not dying again. I think she's cute. But I think the most important thing about Nahida that needs to be said here is that she was the first Archon that actually answered questions. If there was a category about respect, she would have been on the top for me, because she needs major respect for giving something back for me saving her nation. Think about it, the Traveler goes through so much damn trouble, and all most people give them is a thank you because they have nothing else. They don't know where Lumine is, you know. But she, not only did she know a couple of things to say, but she went out of her way to get more information from Dottore. Who else has done that? Like, the girl is fabulous for me. Low-key, I was ready to say she's my Archon. But then Mavuika showed up, so yeah. But yeah, I think she is the most Archon of all Archons for me. The way she cares about her people, the way she acts for her people, like this for me was the first time that I thought, now this is a god of a land. Very thoughtful, very mindful of her people. Yeah, Layla. I love Layla so much. She and her, oh, her design, my goodness. But yeah, I love Layla very much, and I love that her hangout explained the situation with her turning to a different person when she sleeps. Okay, let's move on to another point for Lady to be cancelled. I'm sorry. I don't feel the character. At first I did, like when he first showed up as Scaramouche, you know, and we fought him. Yes, I was very interested. And I like his story very much, but the character remains very not me. But I do want him to find a happy ending for sure. Like, I'm so happy that he's got Nahida now, that he's got the dragon, Durin. I want him to have happiness in life at some point. And this is also the reason why many times A falls from I like you to full dislike again, because I keep remembering what she did. Faruzan, I told you, tsundere works for me. I love her. Like, I know many people get annoyed by her. I love her. Again with the script. Oh, it's the... Yeah, because we have two lines now, the characters go lower. I'm sorry. I like Faruzan, and I wish I could play her more, but I haven't built her yet. And I found her story rather interesting, but I would have preferred if they did a little more. And I love her little rants with everybody that doesn't listen. I get it, girl. I've been there. Alhaitham. Meh. I don't feel it. Sorry. I expected that there would be some point that he would gain momentum, and he did. He did a lot. Let's be real. The whole thing with the academia, that his eyes turned red, that was interesting. That was very cool. But he still didn't grow on me enough. I'm still on the meh line with him. Yao Yao. Unfortunately also meh, and I say unfortunately because we know that her design had been leaked from pretty much the beginning of the game, and I was really looking forward to meet her and to have her. But yeah, she is not that eventful for me. I don't feel her. Dia. I like her and borderline big love energy. I actually want her. If I lose to 50-50 to her, it's not going to be a loss for me. I want to play her so much, and I've seen people do numbers with her, so I don't know what the big drama was about her numbers. I'm sure she can be better. I'm sure like the nerfing took a lot from her, but she can still do numbers. Like even myself, when we play her, I forget the term now, but when we play her... trial. As a trial character, she does numbers for me. I don't know why you guys say she doesn't do numbers, but I'm guessing you're all after 100k, right? 50k isn't enough, I guess. But for me, 50k does a job, so yeah. She has reached that for me. Kaveh. I like Kaveh. I used to love him, but now I like him, simply. I think he's a very cute character. I think he deserves better treatment. I know there are shippers out there, and good for you. I just think that he's been through a lot, dude. And I think that the problem between them is not that any of them is bad, it's just one of them is very emotional and the other one is basically a wall. Don't get me wrong, Alhaitham has shown before that he cares, but you know, if I could put it in zodiac signs, I think that Kaveh is more like a Cancer, like he's emotional, he's temperamental, and Alhaitham is more like a Capricorn. He doesn't show his emotions very much, he's hardworking, but it's not that he doesn't care, he's not dramatic about it. But yeah, I don't like their dynamic very much. I think that Kaveh deserves more love, dude. More loving approach, because yes, Alhaitham cares, we can see that as his friend. Like, let's take ships out of the way for a moment, because I'm a person that doesn't take ships very seriously. But in game, since we don't have sexualities, I'm seeing a friendship here that is not one-sided. Like, I can see Alhaitham cares about Kaveh, but I don't like how cold he is compared to him. Kaveh for me needs a person next to him that is more emotional. So yeah, that's my point, that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I digress again. Mika, he's such a little baby. Yeah, I want to build him, but his playstyle is so bad, dude. I cannot deal with it. If I had aim, I probably would, but I can't. But he's cute, he's so cute. Beidou, this might shock you because I told you what happens with Pantalone for me, but I find his snake more interesting than him, and I think that says something about me. I'm sorry. I'm horrible. Yeah, I don't feel Beidou very much. And I also don't like the perspective that... Okay, look, if you read his story, his approach towards Qiqi isn't the best. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's the translation. Like, if you speak Chinese, please tell me if that's the case and it's the translation, but it appears that he took her in just to experiment on her. She doesn't really get the love she needs from him, and I also get it from her own lines. Like, if you progress the friendship with Qiqi, she unlocks a specific line that is so heartbreaking for me. She asks if she's loved by the Traveler, and if she's going to stay, I think. I've read it long ago and I don't remember the exact words, but I remember how much the voice actress gave it her all. Dude, you can feel the pain of being alone for so long. It was so fucking sad to me. I guess that is why Qiqi is also one of my favorite characters. Because imagine dying at a young age and never being able to grow up again, and not being able to control your own brain for the longest time. And sure, Beidou did help her learn how to control herself better. I'm not saying he didn't help. I'm just saying he's not really being a father in any way, or as loving as he could have been. And we've seen some official arts that Hoyoverse has posted, or rather Cognosphere, because I keep forgetting they've changed it. Cognosphere has posted some really nice arts of him holding Qiqi, of making lanterns for her, which are very loving things, but I don't know, the lines in the game suggest otherwise. Perhaps he's showing his love through doing stuff for her, like acts of service or gifts, not very much with words or touching. Perhaps that is why Qiqi feels this way. Because she looks like she really depends on the Traveler after you build a friendship with her, like she really loves you, she really wants to go with you. Anyway, let's keep going. Next up is Kirara. Honestly, meh. For me, Cognosphere did her dirty bigger than any other character in the game. She didn't even come in as a festival character like Yunjin was. She really came in the game as a motive for information in a quest. She started her career in this game as an NPC. I still haven't figured out who Kirara is as a person. Perhaps if I play her more, if I do her hangout, I will understand more, but I've yet to do that, so maybe that's it. But from the main story we have so far, I don't see it. I don't know who Kirara is to feel anything for her. And there comes Lyney. Guys, he's on timeout. I don't know what to tell you in this one. This is the most frustrating character for me, for the main reason that I haven't been this obsessed with a character since I started feeling obsessed for Aether. So from the beginning of the game, I was so obsessed with this character. Like, when I'm telling you crazy, I'm talking crazy. And I didn't get him the first time. I lost him to 50-50. So I was really looking forward to get him the second time. And I pulled, and I ran out of wishes and couldn't get even one wish more. Guys, not even one wish. And I cannot play every day, obviously. I don't have the time to be playing as much as I used to. So I lost him the second time as well. And the next time I pulled was for Clorend, and I got her with one wish. What does that tell us? That if I had found one more damn wish, I would have got Lyney the first time. So yeah. After this, I can begin to tell you how mad I am, and I know he's rerunning now. You can say, oh lady, why don't you take him now? Bitch, I don't want him now. It's so frustrating to me, because I'm an F2P, and because I don't play every day, that I cannot find enough wishes. Now the game is very generous. Let's be real. The game right now is very generous. With the theater especially, we get so many wishes as F2P characters. But up until Fontaine, we weren't given much, and we had to find everything from exploration and from quests. And if those quests take more than 2 hours, my dude, and I don't play more than 2 days a week, what exactly do you want me to collect within 2 weeks before you take the character away from my face? So yeah, right now I'm bitter, so that's where he goes. He was way up to darling, I catch a grenade for you, honey, the whole song for him. I would jump from a plane for ya, I would jump in front of a train for ya, but no, now, meh. Lynette. Also mad because she was mad from the beginning. I don't feel her very much. I think she's kind of fun, but not my type of character. Fremine. Big love. I love him. He's absolutely adorable. I just wish his gameplay was a little easier. Neuvilette. I like Neuvilette. He's fine. I'm not dying for him, but he's fine. And also, when he was up in the sky crying, I cried too. Like, I feel for the dude. He's been through a lot. Next is Risley. I like him now. Yeah. When he first appeared on Twitter, like they gave us how he looks like, I didn't care so much. But there are 2 or 3 things that get a woman going, and how do I put this? Well, he's got calves, you know. He plays with his thigh, you know. He's got scars, you know. And he's got a big ass, you know. So yeah, there's only so much hate a woman can do at this point. I'm so sorry. I am so superficial sometimes, but this is what happened. I usually fall for guys with long hair, okay? So it was really annoying to me seeing that he has short hair. I liked the outfit, but I wasn't feeling the whole thing. But when I saw him in the game, walking next to him with his big ass body and his big ass, like, I'm only a woman. I too have weaknesses, all right? So yeah, I like him now. Furina. Meh. I don't feel her, I'm sorry. I feel for her character, that's for sure. Like, she went through so much. Like, 500 years or more playing a role and not being able to ask for help to anybody, that is torture. It's downright one of the saddest stories in the game. But I don't feel her as a character. I love her voice actress though. Like when I play for trial, I love getting her and using her alt so that she says that, let my voice echo in song. Yeah, that one. I like it. Then we have Charlotte. Bro, it's not just me at this point, I don't like her. I don't feel her yet. I want to see her personality flourish to more than just excitement for another story for her page. And you can claim that, you know, Xiangling was also all about her passion for cooking. I didn't see you getting mad at it. I actually did. I was very mad at it. But I loved her enthusiasm. No, it's just food. The girl sees enemies and she's saying stuff like, the food is attacking me. Something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, this is what you don't understand. Xiangling is not just a cook. She's also crazy. And that makes her fun for me. Charlotte is just enthusiastic. I don't care much about her character, and she kind of pisses me off, not gonna lie. Navia. I like her, but more than anything, I like her dress, I like her hat. Oh my goodness. But I like Navia as a character. I think she's really sweet. Chevreuse, right? Sometimes I forget names. I haven't played with some characters for a long time and don't remember. So Chevreuse. Listen, when she came out, I didn't care. But then I saw her idol, and I realized, you're my kind of girl. Like, seriously? Onion rings? Girl, we're going out. That's it. We're going for fast food. We're going for drinks. I love her. And I want to play her more now that I got her finally. I took my sweet time. Cloud Retainer. Wait, let me think. Do I like it? Oh no, fuck it. I love her. I love her. She is the only person that saw us cry and she acted like an actual friend. She patted our head. She told us it's gonna be okay. Like, who does that? I appreciate her so much. And I low-key think she did it herself, because there was something about dreams she could do. And I low-key think that she brought our sister in our dream for that, because she felt that we missed her. She's a very helpful woman in general, a very loving person. And I liked her even before I knew she could turn to a human. I thought she would be, how do you call these birds? Cranes? Is it cranes? I think it is. I thought she would remain a crane forever, but still I loved her. I was like, please let me play with this woman. Like, if I could ask my friends come up here and tell you how many times I said that, because she was such a fun character. I wanted her, but I didn't pull at the time because I think I didn't have wishes or... Oh, no. I was waiting for Lyney for the next patch, yeah. Gaming. I like him. At first I didn't care, but when we play the story, I think he's a very sweet character and I like him. And I think that there's potential to actually love him if I play him more, but I don't know yet. Next we have Xiori. I've already made a video about her, so you know how I feel. You know what? No. More. I think I love her at this point. Like, she's between a big love energy and I like you. And you know, the point that actually worked for me is when we were having that event that we had to make a movie. And, oh, what was his name? Was it Xavier? No. Anyway, when he was being emotional because we were helping him and he started crying and she was like, feelings. Yeah, that's when she won me. Clorend. You know what? I don't feel her character very much yet because I haven't played her character story. But if I do, I might change my mind. But I love her gameplay. Oh, the guns, the boom, 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 the running from one place to another, like a thunder, like a... Is it lightning or thunder? Anyway, she zaps around. That's what matters. I think I will put her in I Like You, mainly because I haven't played her character story, so I don't think I can judge yet. Sigewin. When I first saw Sigewin would be a playable character, I was crazy, especially for her little bag that she has that counts something on it. But the more we play, the more I lost interest in her. I still haven't played her side story, by the way. That's probably going to explain the thing about her face. But from what I've seen from Risley's and Neuvillette's stories, I'm not dying. So I don't care much, so I'd say meh for now. Sethos, I can go higher. Can you please? Excuse me. Sethos, I love Sethos. I think he's a very sweet character. I just wish there was more time with him and Sino before they became friends. You know what? This is the thing. I really, really, really hope Cognosphere doesn't downplay what they did with Sino's second story. Because there's a certain amount of cunningness to his voice that others didn't have. See, Sethos was sitting there at the oasis, that's what those are called, right? And waiting for Sino to show up. There was such, I think cunningness is the right way to put it. There was this idea that he thought he was quote-unquote superior, like Sino got nothing on him. He looked dangerous to me at first. I was afraid of him in the beginning, like what is he going to do to us? And then it turned out he was a sweetheart actually, and he was just acting. But in reality, the cunningness I saw wasn't because he was dangerous, it was because he's a playful person, apparently. But I don't want them to shove that underground and kill the potential of a good character, because Genshin does that, unfortunately. Focuses too much on the main story and forgets the personalities of their characters. Some characters have been built. I'm not saying that all of them are like that. You can see they're putting some weight in some characters, but not all of them, and that is pissing me off. You have how many billions now? Hire writers to take each character separately and build them. Have one writer for Sethos, have one writer for Sino. Guys, I'm not kidding. I personally, because I'm a writer myself, I heard that from time to time Cognosphere asks for people to join them as a job. And I had tried going to the jobs they offer, but they mostly asked for technical stuff like character design, stuff like that I cannot do, like 3D. Or management, stuff that I can't do, you know. But if I ever saw they have space for a writer, either to develop a new character or to write a story for an already established character, I'd be so fucking down. I would take everything they've used in every single quest and use it to show you a full-fledged character, because I think that all these characters deserve a good story. They've given us enough hints for most of them to have a good backstory. I am still waiting for Dottie's backstory to happen, because have you read her story? It's actually heartbreaking. She didn't love money out of nowhere. There was a reason she became a person so attached to money. And it's crazy that we see her as this person that only cares about money when in the past, money was the source of her pain. It's because of stupid money that she lost one of the most important people in her life. And then her emotions shut off, and all she cares about is getting money, because as long as you have money, you have power, and as long as you have money, you will never be vulnerable again. That's the way I received it. They can build so much out of it. Like, they can build such a good story out of Dory, you have no idea. But yeah, anyway, I'm stalling, and this video is gonna be 2 hours if I keep going like this. Emily. I haven't played Emily's story yet. I don't remember if there was an Archon quest. I think I skipped it at that time. So I basically know nothing about her to go anywhere. So it's meh for me because I know nothing about her. Then we have Moalani. Moalani is such a fun character to play, but unfortunately, through my playthrough of the story, I didn't care at all about her. And I think it's also, yeah, there was a point she actually pissed me off. I think it's her character story. There is a point that they pass a certain message to the viewers, because, you know, Genshin does that. Passes messages about life to the players, and the specific one that they had for Moalani is one very triggering for me, so it made me also be angry at her as a character, but I didn't care much about her before doing the character quest. It's just that after the character quest, it amplified. Katrina. I'm going to war for this little girl, I'm telling you. Excuse me? Yeah, she is by far my favorite character in this patch. Like, nobody has made me want to hug them as much as she does, protect them, play with them even. I think she's a very cute character, and I love her design very much. Next we have, I can't believe I've been playing him for days on end lately, and I still remember Malipo. Why do I only remember Malipo? Okay, back Kinich. Maybe it's because I've been recording for 3 hours straight, I don't know. I was crazy for him in the trailers, I don't care much now. But I kind of like him. I like his gameplay and his design, I guess. But as a character, I'm not dying for him. I guess the only reason I like him a little more is because I feel bad for him and what he goes through with Ahau. Yeah, I feel bad for him for that, so I will put him in I like you and hope for the best for his future. Then we have Shilonen. I haven't heard people complain about this yet, so I don't know which one it is. I like her, straight up. I think she's a really cool character, but I didn't manage to get her, so... Anyway, I think she's a really cool character. I'm not dying for her as much as I did in the trailer, but it's okay. Next up, Chaska. I like her design so much, you have no idea. I love her design, and I love how her trousers shine. So cool, like it's leather. I like her. I'm not dying, but I like her. And finally we have Auroran. Poor little Auroran. I kind of like him. Yeah, I like him. Actually, in the beginning I was thinking maybe not so much, because I didn't think much of him when the trailer came out. But in-game he's actually pretty fun. But what he did, and I love, is when a big-ass dude is a puppy. I'm dying for this. All day, every day, I love this concept. So seeing him cower down when Citlali was losing it, I lived for that scene. He's like a big baby. He's very innocent, and I like that. And as I say it, some kid is screaming in the background. I'm sorry. There are many babies in this neighborhood. There's nothing I can do. Anyway, that's my list. We unfortunately cannot see it. Ah, wait, I'm on 90%, that's why. Okay, probably now you can't. Yeah. So yeah, this is my list with all the characters we have so far, plus the Fatui. You can leave any comments if you have questions, or if you'd like to share your own list with me. I don't know, if you have pictures you would like to share with me. I would like to see what you guys like. I'm actually always discussing this with my own friends, like who are our favorites each time, so I'm totally down to hear if you want to share who are your favorite characters. But yeah, these are mine, and like I said, this always changes depending on the story, so you never know. I might hate somebody I love tomorrow, and vice versa, I like somebody I hate today, tomorrow. So this was my first tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my commentary. Probably not. Probably gonna get lots of hate for most of this. But yeah, I think that in games like this, you can't have one opinion only. Depending on your personality, your expectations on media and stuff, you will have different opinions one way or another. But anyway, yeah, like I said, It depends on the person. I have fun with this stuff. I've actually always loved making lists from a young age, so the tier list maker is so fun to me. So let me know if you have any other tier lists you have in mind that you would like to see from me. Let me know in the comments. I will for sure make one for Reverse as well, favorite characters for Reverse, as well as for Nike, the Goddess of Victory. But yeah, do tell me what other types of tier lists you would like to hear. Maybe, like I said, design, or who I think is hotter, or maybe even for other games. If I've played them, sure, I don't mind. It's up to you. I want this to be a little more interactive because it's just fangirling. It's me fangirling for stuff I like. And also not just about games. Like, you could tell me, make a tier list with your favorite horror films, with all the horror films you've seen, and which one you think is better and why. Or movies from a specific director or of a specific actor or actress. It's up to you. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. As always, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!